A brand new poll from KARE 11, NPR News, and the Minneapolis Star-Tribune finds Vice President Kamala Harris currently has an edge over former President Trump in our state. Senior political reporter John Croman has been going through the results for us. John?
Hey, Julie, the Harris-Walz team is leading the Trump-Vance team by 5 points in the KARE 11 NPR News Star-Tribune poll, which is slightly better than President Biden's lead over Trump in the June poll. Now, Mason-Dixon Polling talked to 800 likely Minnesota voters, and some of them agreed to talk to us about why they're leaning the way they are in this election.
The race for president in Minnesota is still a tight one, with Vice President Harris leading former President Trump 48 to 43%, with a margin of error of 3.5 points.
She's a prosecutor. She comes from a large state. She's very experienced. She seems to be really down to earth.
You know, back when he was in office, I noticed a huge difference in gas prices, grocery prices, all sorts of different things.
Harris has a commanding 36-point lead in Hennepin and Ramsey counties, while Trump leads by 5 points in the 9 metro suburban counties. Trump leads by 13 points in northern Minnesota and by 12 points in southern Minnesota. There's also a marked gender divide. Harris trails Trump by 16 points with men, but leads Trump by 25 points with women.
I hated the 4 years where he was president. I hated getting up in the morning to know what kind of crazy thing he said over the night.
Kamala, I think I don't know her. I think she's intelligent. I don't like how she was put in the position that she's in right now. She didn't go through a vetting process.
The poll also covered the Senate race between incumbent Democrat Amy Klobuchar and Republican challenger Royce White. As of last week, Klobuchar leads White by 11 points, with 8% still undecided.
We're happy. The bills she is sponsoring are common sense. They're good for people.
No, I think Amy served her time, and I think somebody else should step in and give it a go.
People were also asked to rate how serious a problem illegal immigration is. The overwhelming majority went with very serious or somewhat serious.
What happens when we give all those resources to other people that we don't have enough for ourselves?
They're ready to work. They want to work. That's why they're coming. They want to live safely. That's why they're coming. 2/3
of those polled said that democracy is being threatened. Democrats pointed to the January 6th attack as proof.
January 6th tells us.
While Republicans pointed to Donald Trump's criminal trials as proof the system's being abused.
We're politicizing the judicial system.
Now, the poll covered a lot of other issues, so for a deeper dive, make sure you visit our Minnesota poll story on KARE11.com. And tomorrow, we'll take a look at what voters had to say about Governor Walz. Back to you.
Really interesting. Thank you, John.